Hello, this is Miss Diamond. I'm going to be your 6th grade resource teacher for the 2018-2019 school year. On top of being your resource teacher, I will also be your by proxy mathematics teacher with Mr. Stern and your by proxy social studies teacher for, with Miss Fantine. I know already I've sent you and your student an email of my expectations both in my classroom and in the classroom I share with the other 2 teachers that I teach with. And also how it works with the other 2 classrooms where they will have another resource teacher who is not myself, but who will report back to me with what they are doing in their class that week, and so that I can work with them during their resource period and get that all done. So let me just run through what I said in the email, because I know it is August right now, and a lot of you aren't thinking about what you're doing for back to school, and you probably ignored my email, and you won't read it until the week before school, and I really want to make it clear so that your student has a very smooth transition from elementary school to middle school. So I'm making this video so that there's no issues with communication and we have everything settled for the school year. But I am a math and social studies resource teacher, but I can also help your students with English and science. But there is a separate resource teacher that will be in their classrooms with them during those periods. Her name is Mrs. Woods. She's an amazingly kind person. She will send me a report list of how your student's doing in both of those classes, as well as all upcoming assignments and all of the things that they have done in the past grades. I'm kept updated because I am the main point of resource for your children. I will also receive weekly updates from all resource teachers. That includes art, gym, computer sciences, and they will send me to what's coming up academically wise, how they're doing in the classroom, what things they need to do, if they're having an issue, so that way I can work on them with any upcoming projects and use our resource time wisely. I do spend one whole class period with them, so 45 minutes. They can use that time to do homework, study for tests, get projects ready, get my input on a writing or homework, or just take a breather and maybe get themselves centered, organized. I will have all of their homework on the board with their name. I will be doing that for the first month of school, and then they will be responsible to do it themselves. I know some kids get tasked organization as one of their IEP goals, so I will be checking their agenda every day instead of doing it for them because we're trying to transition them to a point where they can do it by themselves. So next thing I want to talk about is my classroom expectations. Firstly, in the classrooms that I share, I am not the main teacher. Your main teachers with me is Mr. Stern and Miss Fantine, and I will be there to help you as well as other students that aren't given resource help. But I am not the main teacher, so I expect that you give your main teacher the same amount of respect as you would give me, and you treat them and what they're saying with the utmost respect, and don't expect me to have all the notes written out for you, all the labs done, all the things printed that you need. That is still your responsibility. I am there as a resource to help you with things that you misunderstand, things that you need to go over again, and also you can make a point that maybe you won't know how to do exponential math equations, and we can go over that in our resource class. Really use me as a backup tool to the classroom. I also don't want you to be disrespectful to the teacher and ask me questions while she and he are talking and giving a lesson to other students. Don't think because I'm there I'm going to defend you when you are being rowdy or disrespectful. And then for my classroom, your resource class, third period, you will be expected to spend the time wisely. I understand that you could use that time as a little rest, get organized, but I don't expect you to do that every day. I really want you to come in and have expectations and goals of what you want to do for the day. Because if you don't come in with expectations and goals, I will make one for you, and you will not like me for it. But I really want to make sure that you stay on track this year. So your other resource teacher, Miss Woods, will be your English and science teacher. Since she won't be during your resource period was spent with me, she also has a resource period, third period. So if you do need to work on science or English, you can go to her, or you can stay with me. I could also help you. But if you want to go with her so you get one-on-one attention with a teacher who's actually grading your stuff, I'm fine with that. You have to ask me, of course, before you go. And I want to make sure that you're actually doing stuff in her classroom, not being distracting to her kids. If you are going to be distracting to her kids, you will have to leave the classroom, and you have to come back to my classroom and do your work here with me. Also about your weekly updates, I will have everything that you will be doing, but I am expecting you guys to keep track of your own stuff. I am a resource, not your mother at school. As much as I will love you guys, I am not here to baby you. You are in middle school now. We are learning to be more adults, more put together on our own. And I'm really excited to see you guys grow and have a really good year. I want to have a smooth transition into middle school, and I will give you an even smoother transition into high school. Hopefully I will be with you from 6th to 8th grade. And then in high school, you'll have a new resource teacher, but for your next 3 years, you're going to be with me. I also require that all of my students join at least one club or activity or sport, just so that you have a well-rounded academic life. And I want to make sure that my kids have not just school on their mind all the time. It's very good for them to get out and have something else to do. So that's about it. I hope you all have a great summer, and I'll see you starting September 13th. I hope you all have your pencils sharpened and your backpacks stuffed with stuff, and I'll see you then.